How's it going, metalheads, and welcome back to another video. We're back with yet another album review, so let's get right out into it. Today we're going to be reviewing the album Ascension by Nedgravd. I think I'm saying that right. This is the debut album from this Oslo, Norway death metal band, and this album is amazing. It does not disappoint. Let me just say that right off the bat. I first heard the single called Ascension Incantation a couple months ago on YouTube, and then proceeded to completely forget about this band until I saw Gruesome Sean's new episode of Freshly Slaughtered, which is a series he does where he talks about new releases that he enjoys. So thanks to him for reminding me of this band. There will be a link to his channel down below. But yeah, this album is flat out evil sounding. Cavernous riffs, guttural vocals, and punishing drums. Some true Infestor worship right here. If you know the band Infestor, this is kind of in the same vein of death metal. This is the kind of death metal that just oozes from the cracks in the cavern walls. Festering, dark, and ominous. The samples on this album add just the right amount of atmosphere as well, such as the middle of Ascension Incantation, which is an 8-minute track, if you can believe it or not, which is kind of long for this style of death metal. I don't feel like there's a lot of 8-minute tracks in this style of death metal, but it works really well and does not get boring at all. This album basically sounds like the demons in your basement if they made a death metal band. Super low guttural vocals, almost to the point of, like, you know, brutal death metal gurgles. The guitars on here are very well done with disgusting riffs and sinister sounding leads. This album wants to summon something, and I feel like if you put this on during like a seance, you might even achieve that. This album sounds like Incantation and Infestor combined, and then they made something even more demonic. Truly awesome stuff. One of my favorite records of the year so far, for sure. I love death metal that has atmosphere to it, like I mentioned, and this album has tons of just diabolical atmosphere. They even throw in some keys, you know, like some organs kind of in the background on parts, and it throws it over the edge. It's awesome. The most evil thing to come out of Norway in quite some time. Norway has a really overlooked death metal scene, I feel like. While all the black metal bands were busy like acting edgy and torching churches and all that bullshit, the death metal bands of Norway were working really hard. Bands like Blood Red Throne and Cadaver are criminally underrated, and we can only hope that these guys don't fall to the same fate, because this album is absolutely fantastic, absolutely amazing death metal, and I highly recommend it to anybody who's a fan of the bands I mentioned, and also just death metal in general. If you like stuff that just sounds evil, and you know, bands like Infestor and Incantation, also maybe like some Immolation and stuff like that, and even just classic death metal like, you know, Cannibal Corpse and Bitchware and all that kind of stuff, I think you'll really like this, because this is just awesome death metal. I love to highlight death metal on this channel because it's one of my favorite genres, and this album is definitely no exception. We'll see where this ends up on the year-end list, but I have a feeling it might be on there. But yeah, I can't believe I forgot about this band. I think I actually did a post about that single I heard. I think I posted it in like my posts section, and then I just totally forgot about it. So yeah, thanks to Gruesome Sean again for showing me this album, and yeah, this is an awesome album. Definitely go check this out if you're a fan of any of those bands, or you just want to hear some awesome death metal to come out recently, because I feel like we're always needing reminders that, you know, there's still cool music to come out, and that the mainstream bands are, you know, not the only stuff that's coming out right now, because some of that stuff's kind of sucky, but this is definitely not sucky. This is awesome. This rips. So definitely check this out. Yeah, more videos coming soon, so hope you guys are doing well. Have a nice day. See ya.